your listeners have not heard of the Higgs field, that's what makes this universe physical. Light has no matter. If we were trying to build something out of light, we'd be out of luck. Light travels around the moon 7 times a second. So it's really moving way too fast to build a palm tree. But the components of the atoms that do build people and trees are physical. And they become physical because they swim through this Higgs ocean,
Okay.
and the Higgs bosons give them mass. And that may sound like a lot of fancy high science, but I think it's one of the great discoveries and one of the great moments. A fellow named Peter Higgs looks at this equation and goes, we don't understand mass, physicality. A lot of us might prefer to think of weight. We don't know what gives us weight. He said, if this equation were right, it would explain the missing mass. And so that was in 1984. In 2012, one of the great particle accelerators in Europe produced the Higgs boson and proved that Peter Higgs' theory of mass was correct. So that's just an example of one of the 8 blueprints that I just find stupendous.
Mhm.
And we wouldn't know about it if we hadn't found its equation. And then I asked, well, where does that equation spend eternity? Back in a library in a higher dimension. So that's what draws me back to that model of God's plan being established in these higher dimensions, both for physics, for the universe, and for life.